Had an email from one of my students asking me how to become confident on camera, asking how I do it, because as you probably know, I run a separate channel called Profit Co-Pilot, and that's really where the bulk of my work and my focus is. So I create videos on a very frequent basis. One of my students who wants to get started with video marketing, they're having trouble sitting down and pressing record and then uploading the video to YouTube. So they want to know how I do it. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly how I do it, because the journey that I went on from going from being so terrified of shooting a video and appearing on camera to now where I shoot videos practically every day, and anytime an idea pops into my head, I just shoot a video, talk about it, then upload it. So how did I go from being so terrified over here to being over here? Well, it took a long time. Okay, so I'm not saying that you should do this, but this is the journey that I went on. So if we go back maybe 10 years ago, I started messing around with video. So I had like a little camcorder, I set that up. Every single night I would go through practicing a video, and every single night I would say, okay, this is the day I'm going to shoot a video, I'm going to talk about digital marketing, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I sat down, did that every single night. Not once did I upload that. I was so scared, so awkward with it all, because when I look back, watch back what I'd done, I like just cringe, right? Maybe you've felt like that too, and you hate looking at yourself on camera, you hate your voice, everything about it just makes you want to, like, you know, you wish the earth would open up and swallow you, right? That's how I felt anyway. So for months and months and months, I did this same thing every night. I spoke about different elements of digital marketing, recorded the video, watched it back, and then deleted it over and over and over again. But what was actually happening, without me really realizing it, was I was becoming more comfortable on camera. And the more I did it, the better I got at it, and the more confident I felt. And then it got to a point where one day I was just so sick of this whole process. I thought, surely something has to give. So what I did was I didn't even watch the video back. I just uploaded it. Okay, that's out there. That's done, right? Guess what happened? When I uploaded that video, I thought, okay, people are gonna say nasty things about me. They're gonna email me and tell me I shouldn't be on the internet. I'm too ugly for video, whatever, right? Guess what actually happened? Nothing happened. Nobody watched the video. No one knew it existed. So I'd built this thing up in my head for months and months and months, this fear. And then when I actually pulled the trigger and went with it, there was nothing. No one cared. And that in itself I found quite liberating. No one cares. No one cares what you've got to say unless it interests them in a very specific way. Unless you're helping them to solve a very particular problem, and then they're all ears, then they'll listen, and then they will appreciate what you have to say. Because you and I both know that on YouTube, on the internet, there's trolls everywhere, right? But you only get those when you hit a certain level of success. So right in the beginning, for months and months and maybe even years, no one or very few people are going to see your video unless you get really good at marketing. Let's say you don't have any marketing experience, or you don't really care about marketing. Then shooting these videos, uploading them, you know, you get a handful of views. Fine, that's all good, right? Because it's all practice. So use those early videos to find out what works, find out what doesn't work, to kind of develop your own way of doing it, because when it actually comes to shooting the video, sitting down, pressing record and going, and then maybe you've experienced this, right? So you hit record and then boom, blank. You freeze. It's like a rabbit in the headlights, right? You don't know what to say. You had it all kind of rehearsed in your mind. You knew what you were going to say, and then when it comes to it, boom, it's all gone. Like complete brain freeze or something, right? So, what do? Well, what actually worked for me was imagining that I'm sat down with someone I know. For me, it's my dad. Sadly, he passed away last year, but I still imagine that I'm talking to him as I'm shooting videos. Sometimes I imagine that I'm talking to my son Logan and I'm giving him advice. But when I first started doing videos and all this practice stuff, I imagined I was talking to my dad. And then when I realised that the content that I was giving was actually of value to people, I thought, well, maybe I can do this for Logan, my son, so he might benefit. And then it kind of changed a bit. But the point is, you want to imagine that you're speaking to someone that you like, know, and trust. So a friend or a family member, someone who you feel has got your back. And you're just talking to them, you're explaining something to them just like you would, in person. What this does, I believe, it puts you in a positive state of mind. So instead of being afraid of the camera, afraid of the video, afraid of what people are going to say, you're going to be more your authentic self and not really care what people say so much, because you're just being you, right? So that's what's worked for me. Another tip I've got for you to build confidence on camera is to think about all the things that you've achieved in your life. You might think, well, Mick, I haven't achieved very much. That's not true. Think about watching this video right now. You've learned how to use a computer or use a phone. There was one point in your life when you looked at this technology and you just went, well, okay, I'm not really sure what to do here. But you got through it, you got over it, you learned how to do it. So that in itself is an achievement. So think about other achievements in your life. I assume you know how to read the title, so you clicked on this video so you can read, right? You might think, well, everyone can read. It's not true. I've met lots and lots of people in my life who don't know how to read. So much so that many years ago, in one of my social circles, a common question was, can you read? Because there were so many people about that didn't know how to read. So the fact that you can do that is an achievement in itself. So break it down. Let's get down into actual real achievements and use that as the foundation, as building blocks to build your confidence, because you can do stuff. You can learn new stuff. You can get from A to B. You can overcome that fear. It just takes a bit of practice. There is a bit of a learning curve with it. So, you're going to go through that awful phase where you do feel cringy and insecure and afraid of the camera. But that's normal. Everyone starts there. And it's through repetition and realizing that actually most people out there on the internet are pretty decent people. There's like 0.04% of people who aren't, okay? Chances of them coming into what you're doing is pretty small. You have to have a big audience to attract those kind of those nasty people. And in the meantime, use the fact that not many people are going to see what you're doing to your advantage. So a handful of people will see your videos. Use that time to practice your presentation, to build your confidence, and don't worry too much about what people think, because no one really cares. That is liberating. Use that to your advantage. You can look at that two ways. You go, well, no one cares, or it's, hey, no one cares, right? I can have the freedom to do and say whatever I like. So that's how how to build confidence on camera, on video. If you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you want more of these type of videos, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.